American race past, so you think, and then my lucky day. American for France, coming right away, American. American is coming away. American Trevian, scored by 2 lengths, my lucky day.
Yeah, what a sensational. It was American winning 2 years ago, the Melbourne Cup. Gerard Mosse been given the Gerard.
He might be on Shawadi and it probably won't even get a start.
Yeah, well, look, it was a fantastic win. The following year, it was so wide I high-fived it outside the Tabcorp marquee down the stretch and got beat. But you're a fan this year, aren't you?
Big fan, yeah. I think it's been set for the 2 Cups. Probably should have run the Quinella with Dunedin. He missed his mark at the 600. A massive chance, I think. OK, before we get into our tips for the Melbourne Cup, and if you've just joined us from Geelong last week, Gatewood, a very lucky winner of the Geelong Cup, courtesy of an outstanding ride. But got an email here from Ben from Mount Hotham. Dear team, glad that Greg Carpenter had the courage not to give Gatewood a free kick into the Melbourne Cup. The win at Geelong was good, but not enough to elevate beyond others. Agree or disagree? I agree. I thought a kilo was that's as much as you could have got, because I think the renewal of the race is pretty average.
Well, when you look at last year, Dunedin only got half a kilo the year before. American only half a kilo.
But they were already in it, though.
I know they were higher into the weights, but still, you couldn't say that on pure runs that they deserved to get rated high.
A lot of water to go under the bridge, but for what it's worth, here are the TTYK absolute morals to win the Melbourne Cup. Me, Mount Athos, who I just have
what mail have you got about it? You're just plucking this one out.
I've got a man in Europe. You?
American. I'll put American on top of Briganton just because I'm not sure Briganton will be there. I hope it is. But American on top of Briganton, and I do like Red Cadeau. I think it's a chance to go one
Ready,
better.
boy.
Come on, Briganton. Umberto, we've got to get you home here in the Melbourne Cup. We just need to get a start.
We do.
And I like Red Cadeau.
You European stick, don't you? You stick fat.
Yes, thanks, Russell.
Quinny, you're up.
Sticking with Briganton, I've got Mount
Won't get a run.
It will get a run. I'll have another lunch with you that gets a run. And then third, my lucky day was sensational in the Geelong Cup. And forget what Russ has been saying about the Geelong Cup. That was a strong form line. So hopefully my lucky day can run a good race for the Aussies.
We'll be the only horse locally to finish in the first 8.
If Nick and Lloyd just hang on to the 6 or 7 and final acceptances, then I'm good for a lunch. So I'll cop up.
It's going to be a great lunch.
By the way, if you're not in Melbourne, that's half the battle. But if you're not in Melbourne, then the place to be is in Sydney at either Randwick or Rosehill. 2 sensational meetings. One's a picnic meeting at the Randwick Racecourse. And the Rosehill Gardens racecourse will have 30,000 plus people there on a day that is going to be fabulous. You could be jetting off on a $20,000 international racing adventure next year with plenty of things to do. All the live action on the largest super screen in the Southern Hemisphere. $30 Super Saver ticket from Ticketek packed with $70 worth of value and $25,000 cash on Cup Day in Australia's biggest Cup Super Sweep.
That is certainly a good reason to get to Rosehill or Randwick, because get a horse in a sweep, you could land up with 25 large.
And you need to book if you want to do some corporate activity, Rosehill Gardens or Randwick. OK, away from the Melbourne Cup, let's talk about the Derby, gentlemen. The field will be out later in this week, obviously.
Yep.
As it says there on the screen, the Derby is no more a done deal. Are you nervous, done deal fans?
Not at all. I cannot believe the knock's coming for this horse. First go at the Valley. I thought the horse, when he came around the outside, looked to almost overstride a little bit on the camber.
Did that in Sydney.
Yeah, but had all,
they only had a furlong to get back in the
When it gets to Flemington,
look outside the leader as you look at the replay, trekking. Quinny, do you agree with me?
No, as per usual, I disagree with you. After the race, it said in the Stewart's report that It's a Done Deal had a slower than normal recovery rate, and what that normally indicates...
That's a good sign going forward to a 2400 metre, 500 metre finish.
Is that the horse needed the run. So the horse has now had the run and should be absolutely primed heading to Flemington for the Victorian Cup.
3 weeks between runs going to the Valley.
Of age. If my doctor said has a slower than normal recovery rate, it means heart attack.
Yeah, I won't argue with that.
It doesn't need the run.
Luckily, It's a Done Deal's a little bit fitter than you, Russie boy.
Yeah. The good news, Russ, it's out to what, $2.70 favourite round that sort of mark.
It's the lay of the year.
You go back in. You go back in. It gets to Flemington.
Okay.
Look out.
Well, I'm going to 3 lunch up this week.
Who's going to beat him?
It's there's no depth in the 3-year-olds.
The 3-year-old horses come out. My theory is that
a 3-year-old in the Derby. That's a very brave tip.
3-year-old on the up is what I said.
Which one's that?
Well, Havastan, Subiaso.
We're going to beat It's a Done Deal at Flemington.
Super Cool, super sensational.
Super Cool's good. Proper danger.
Let me just tell you, what's a 500 and something kilo horse? Only a little tiny
420.
It's little. 420. It's been up since July. They've tried to space the run. I can't remember a horse. They were only even thinking about going straight into the Derby. Now they've given this run. So there's a lot of afterthoughts going on here.
No, I think it's a perfect plan. And as Quinny said, I think it was just a little bit of a run to... They obviously wanted to win the race and probably should have won the race. But it was a run to get him ready for the Derby. Knock the edge off him.
What's the Amy Vars form like in the last few years? Not good.
Not great.
Very good. There's been lots of winners and place getters come through.
Manawinui won it last year.
Kibbutz,
not more recently.
Before that, there was a moody horse that won it a couple of years ago. Never even went to the Derby.
Kibbutz was 07, wasn't it?
Jeez,
yeah, 07, but that wasn't a gun crop. But this is not a gun crop.
It'll be very hard to beat.
Let's have a look at the Geelong Derby trial as well from Wednesday. And what about this performance? Solemn, just out of a Hawkesbury nothing race where he got beat. Another one at $1.40.
You're on that, weren't you, that day, Rusty boy?
I can't.
This was a win.
What do you mean it was a win?
You don't
with it?
Oh, it was a decent win.
Circled the field.
I'm
carrying on like it was a
Crusher as a 3-year-old.
Crusher was a 3-year-old. It's a different kettle.
I thought it was a fair victory, and surprised the price. It got out to $6.50. It certainly was good value. Back to about $5 late, but so
it's a done deal. Beats Prassier. We think it's a superstar. Prassier gets lapped in the Cox Plate, as many of us thought. And now all of a sudden, you can't give credit to a Geelong Derby winner?
Oh, you can definitely give thought.
I just think they're nothing like the crop through Nduna last year. It had a lovely run behind Escardo coming around. It was entitled to win the race where it got to, and it was a nice win. But if you think Solemn is going to beat It's a Done Deal, you're feeding him cracking jokes, Russ.
Ooh,
is this the third of the threesome bets?
Put it on. Put it on.
I am lunching my brains out next week. Give us the market on the Derby. You can see it on screen there, Neil.
$2.60. I was not quite $2.70, around the $2.60 mark. Super Cool, of course, the Valley winner into $5.50. Havaston and Solemn, there they are at $6.50 each. $7.50 on Aurorus. And then a gap to Electric Fusion at $11. So I think it tails out pretty easily.
What's Desert Warrior about $26?
Desert Warrior, $18 for you, Quinny.
There we
might
go.
give you 21.
21. I'm very confident can run a place.
Bet for Quinny at 21.
How many will run in the field?
Off the top of my head, I'd say 15? Probably 12, 13, 14.
How do you rate this crop, this depth?
It's sort of hard to say. I think there's a couple of decent Derby horses in it.
Yeah,
I think Norris is a very good horse.
With that horse at $2.60, you are getting great value a lot of the field in this particular race. In fact, and the Norman Robinson, we'll quickly show the Norman Robinson from a week or so ago at Caulfield. You know, Havastan squeezing through. It's got the Galagotis trick going on at the moment. They got another winner on Saturday, and now they're going into a Derby full of beans.
Going well.
This race is not a done deal. And here are the good things from the Talkin Thru Your Kick panel, and there you go. No done deal for Rusty. I'm going with Subiasso. You might have seen it down the outside of the Norman Robinson.
Very nice run.
Don't even go there.
Throw a blanket over him.
You could seriously stop a train. So you stay out of Subiasso. To beat Super Cool, I thought was fabulous on Saturday, and Havastan.
Not in the placings.
Neil, I have not got done deal running a hole.
That's ridiculous, Russ. Saturday's race will be the one to go for, but It's a Done Deal will turn the tables. Super Cool, the logical, and Honorius for third. I think it's a nice progressive horse. 1, 2, 3.
The Maltese Marauder.
Ready, boy?
I liked It's a Done Deal. I think he's going to be very hard to beat from Solomon.
But you're on now.
Yeah, no, why not? I'm happy to be on. And Honorius for third.
The reason, I'll come very shortly as to why It's a Done Deal won't win this race very, very soon. Go, Quinny.
It's not going to be because I've tipped it, is it?
No.
Okay, good, because I'll tip him, and then I've got Super Cool for second, and Brent's horse, Desert Warrior, running into third.
Here's a couple of tweets at TTYKTVN or whatever our Twitter address is. It's a done deal, bad result.
You're off the bit, Russ. You are off the bit.
It's a done deal, bad result for Gay's 3-year-old chances. And that was from our man, Matty Weiss, and he was 100% right.
Do we have to snip him? Do we have to chip in for Matty Weiss this week? He was after getting... he was after some freight for supplying all the tweets.
Here's a forum post from our website, puntersparadise.com.au. Sick of reading or hearing excuse for It's a Done Deal. Speed of the race, coming 4 and 5 wide, etc. He was a $1.20 shot coming into a fairly weak Vars. Loomed up a length off them on the corner, but was getting further behind Super Cool the further they went. Had his chance and not good enough.
Didn't handle the turn at Moonee Valley. No, I don't disagree. The paddock, not yet. Got to get to Flemington.
Understand It's a Done Deal. Didn't really handle the Valley. but I wasn't impressed at all with his last 150 once he did straighten. He was losing marginal ground on the winner. Very disappointing run. Another very smart tweet and forum post from our
You're just trying to pump up your ego, pump up your tyres to make yourself feel better.
Exactly. Let's go to a break here on Talkin Thru Your Kick, and we'll have a look at Buffering and Sea Siren and the performances of both of those horses after the break from Friday night.